Detector dogs have shown interest in the bags of this couple, returning from a month-long holiday in the United States.
The dog grip has shown a reaction on the carousel, so he's referred the bags down here for us to have a further inspection of today. So do you know why you're being searched today? No, okay. So one of the dogs has shown a reaction to your bags and they're trained on narcotics, basically. So...
What narcotics?
Narcotics, yeah. So any sort of narcotic. So cannabis, heroin, cocaine, any sort of narcotics. So is there any reason why you think that the dogs would have shown an interest into your bags today? No, okay. So do you guys use drugs or anything like that? No. Not even over there while you're away?
No way.
Didn't smoke any?
No.
Yeah, okay.
The couple then tell Officer Kirsty that they started their holiday together, but then went their separate ways for the last week in Los Angeles.
So why'd you go your separate ways in LA?
Right, just worried about
Ah, sorry. Awkward.
Yeah.
Immigration plays an important role in ensuring all travellers crossing our borders carry the right documentation and are who they say they are. And today, on the Gold Coast, officers suspect there may be a passenger who might be trying to enter the country under a different name.
We've identified a Japanese female that's coming this morning who's previously been here and been removed from Australia for providing false and misleading information on an application. And from our systems checks, it looks as if she may have deliberately changed her name and has now been granted an electronic visa, which has allowed her to board the plane and return to Australia. So I've got her now. How you going?
Good, thank you.
Okay. What I might just get you to do is get your bags from the baggage belt and just come back over here when you're ready.
But before they can question her further, Customs and Border Protection want to search her bags and are surprised by what they find.
There is quite a large quantity of cosmetics and nail technician equipment, masks, chemicals, moulds, nail extensions, eyelashes, all sorts of beauty therapy type stuff. So I'd say she has an agenda rather than just to visit a friend.
And she discloses another important piece of information.
Yuki, you were telling the officer that your husband is here.
Yeah.
So is he a permanent resident or an Australian citizen, or is he Japanese on a visa?
Japanese.
Do you know what kind of visa does he have? Working holiday.
Yeah.
She said she got married on the 11th of January this year. He's returned to Australia on the 15th of January, and they haven't seen each other since. So they're only married for like 3-4 days, and he's departed and come back here and hasn't stated that she will be staying with her husband at all. So there's some really strange things going on here. So I think what we're going to have to do is take it back and untangle it all and find out exactly what's going on.
Every passenger arriving in Australia needs to fill out an incoming passenger card. And to assist people who don't read English, the cards are printed in many different languages.
This card's in your own language. That's correct?
Yeah.
It's in Vietnamese?
Yeah.
Yes? So you understand all these questions?
Oh, yeah.
This Australian man returning home from Vietnam has not declared anything.
These are your bags?
Yeah.
Did you pack this bag?
Yeah, they pack
Did you pack this bag?
No.
Do you know what's inside this bag?
I don't know.
Why are you carrying a bag that you don't know what's inside?
Well, they say some candy and some...
So you do know what's inside the bag?
Yeah, no.
Is it yes, you know what's inside the bag, or no?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. What am I going to find in this bag?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah, I don't know.
As soon as the bag is opened, the officers realise that it's completely filled with food.
Okay, see this fish here? The heads and the gills must be removed. So it is prohibited because of unknown diseases. So automatically you have prohibited items in your bag that are not allowed entry into Australia.
This couple have just returned from the US.
So why'd you go your separate ways in LA? Ah, sorry. Awkward.
They then spent the rest of their holidays in separate hostels, and according to the young man, he took advantage of the LA nightlife.
You had a big night partying?
LA.
Yeah, but did you smoke anything, take anything come into contact?
I may have had a smoke while I was over there.
You may have, or you did?
I did.
Yeah, and was that recently before the flight? Like how, are we talking the last day, 2 days? Okay. And it was just the marijuana?
Yeah.
Just cannabis?
Yeah.
Nothing else?
No.
All right. So, same question for you. Have you smoked anything or no?
I detest this stuff.
Yeah.
Customs and Border Protection's primary concern is not what the young man did overseas, but making sure he is not attempting to bring any prohibited substances home with him. And after his admission of using cannabis, they take a swab of his personal belongings to see if any traces of narcotics are detected.
So the swab I've taken off your phone has come back positive for ephedrine. So ephedrine's what's commonly used in speed and broken down to make ice, those sort of things.
So automatically you have prohibited items in your bag that are not allowed entry into Australia, all right?
In Sydney, this passenger claims he did not declare all this food because he was carrying the bag through for a friend.
Okay, it says on the card, if you're unsure, you tick yes. Now you're telling me you're unsure what was inside that bag, so why didn't you tick yes? You said you know what's inside the bag, you said you don't know what's inside the bag, you said it could be candies, could be food. So you knew this was inside the bag, didn't you?
No, I don't know. I really don't know.
Meanwhile, officers discover a different kind of problem inside the one bag the passenger did pack himself.
And you have lots of cigarettes?
Yeah.
Yes?
And it's well above the duty-free allowance of 50 individual cigarettes.
This one asks you, question 2, if you have any tobacco or cigarettes, and you've answered no.
250, I think under.
No,
I don't think so, my friend. But anyway, we'll let Customs talk about this. We're interested in the quarantine matter.
On top of facing a $220 fine for all the undeclared food, the passenger may also have to pay a duty on the extra cigarettes.
Not only some quarantine risk, but this as well. That's why I'm finding it very, very hard to believe that you didn't know what was in that bag when you have made a false declaration in relation to what's inside your bag, which you said that you packed.
Immigration have a few reasons to believe this woman may not be a genuine visitor.
There's a lot of factors at play here. You've brought an extremely large amount of baggage with you to Australia, a lot more than what most people would bring for 16 days. You've brought quite an unusually large quantity of nail products with you.
No.
Then there are also some unusual text messages on your phone, one talking about working when you were here on tourist visa before.
There are also doubts about the motive behind the woman's recent marriage.
It just seems a little unusual that you met your husband in Australia, you said to me before. You went back to Japan, both of you, when you got married on the 11th of January. Okay, and he departed on the 15th. And hasn't been back to Japan since. And you hadn't been to Australia. So you have not seen him for 6 months, nearly 6 months. Can you see why I would be concerned?
Immigration's records show that the woman was caught overstaying a previous visa using her maiden name.
And then, on top of that, you have a current exclusion period and you've entered under a different name. So, did you change your name so that we would not find out? Did you do that on purpose so that you could come back to Australia?
No.
A detector dog initially reacted to one of this man's bags, and he is now admitted to cannabis use while in LA. But a swab test has returned a positive result for traces of ephedrine.
Ephedrine's what's commonly used in speed and broken down to make ice, those sort of things. So there's no reason you can think of?
No, I
No.
haven't handles or anything like
Yeah.
that.
It's in your own best interest to
No.
tell me if you've taken anything
have-
like that
I
while
have-
you've been away.
No.
Yeah. So you can't think of any reason why the dog would have shown a reaction to your luggage?
Maybe clothes I was wearing at the time might have a bit of a scent on it.
What about the people you were staying with in your hostel? The person that got kicked out?
Did someone get kicked out?
Yeah, someone got kicked out for doing heroin.
Okay. Were you sharing a dorm with them?
Yeah.
Would they have had
Heroin,
contact with any of your
crack.
clothing?
Well, there was times when I wasn't in the room,
Yeah.
but I doubt he'd
But
put
the...
drugs in my things.
Sorry?
I doubt he'd put his drugs in my thing.
No. And again, the swabs come back for ephedrine anyway, not for heroin, so...
Oh, he had crack, various baggies, I'm not sure what was in them.
And do you have any reason to think he would have had any contact with your bag?
He was a very, very, very strange person,
Yeah.
so could have done anything, to be honest.
But the news is about to get worse for the young man.
Positive for ephedrine.
Again.
I got only one.
Okay, and you have lots of cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yes?
At Sydney Airport, an Australian man has not declared a large amount of food and cigarettes.
I find it very hard to believe that you would carry this bag, fill in a declaration card, and have no idea what's inside the bag.
Yeah.
I find that extraordinarily hard to
Because
believe.
yesterday night, the flight flying about 9 o'clock, and they keep to me about 8 o'clock
Okay.
at the airport.
But you know why I find it perplexing is that this is your bag here.
Yeah.
You said you packed that bag yourself,
Yeah.
right? You filled in your declaration card, and there's a question which pertains to customs about cigarettes, but you failed to declare it on your card. So what makes you think that I believe that you didn't think there was food in this bag? Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I understand, but I really don't know because I trust them.
Okay, I'm just going to call a supervisor. I'll just get you wait here for a moment.
While quarantine decide on a possible fine, Customs and Border Protection have calculated the extra duty on the passengers' cigarettes.
The limit's 250. Anything over that, you have to pay duty. So the duty assessable on this amount of cigarettes is 378 Australian dollars.
The passenger chooses not to pay the extra $378 duty, so he forfeits the cigarettes. Meanwhile, quarantine has made a decision about the undeclared food.
Based on this inspection and based on the answers that you have given me during our conversation, which is inconsistent. So you're being fined $220. Do you understand that? Okay?
It's a tough lesson, but the passenger understands the mistake.
Yeah, not my food, but I signed the ticket in my phone because I bad luck.
Taken off your phone.
After breaking up and going their separate ways on a holiday in the US, these passengers were picked up by detector dogs at the baggage carousel on their arrival home. While a search of the young woman's luggage fails to find anything suspicious, the young man's belongings have returned positive swabs for traces of ephedrine.
Positive for ephedrine.
Again. Alright. So that's come back positive for ephedrine again.
What have?
The swab. There's still no reason.
So what is ephedrine in? 'Cause I'm certain all I've had is marijuana.
Ephedrine, it can also be found in cold and flu medication, but in its purest form it can be broken down into ice, into speed. It's an amphetamine, basically, a type of amphetamine. So if you've done any... Did you do any pills?
I still don't know. I've
Yeah.
never done them before ever.
Yeah.
No.
Despite his denials, multiple positive results for a prohibited substance is a red flag to Customs and Border Protection. The search of the man's belongings will continue until officers are sure there are no concealments.
It's going to take some of that.
A swab is taken of the inside lining of the man's suitcase. And gets a third positive result.
How long have you had the bag for?
Bought it just before I left.
Oh, that's right.
But when Officer Kirsty takes a closer look at the lining of the supposedly new suitcase, she is surprised by what she finds.
Did it always have the sticky tape on the bottom?
What I'm going to do, I need to talk to my manager, okay, about what we're going to do next, okay? I'll come back and talk to you.
This passenger's past dealings with immigration have been less than honest. And now it's up to Mick and his supervisor to decide if she's trying to deceive them again.
She's admitted to being this person who was removed from Melbourne Airport for immigration malpractice. So she's fully admitted to that, and she told me that she was aware of the exclusion. And then she's married this guy, you know, in Japan. He's shot through. She stays in Japan, hasn't seen him for almost 6 months. So there's a lot to suggest that she's deliberately changed her name to circumvent that exclusion and apply for a visa under a different name.
So at this stage, we suspect that she may be here to work on a tourist visa.
Yeah.
Mick attempts to speak with her husband to try and find the truth.
Nope.
He wants to know why she's not going to be with him, so calls her best friend, who she will be staying with.
Hello, is that Lena? You have a friend that's arriving to Australia today? Yeah? Can you tell me a little bit about why she is here? Just visiting friends. And is she in a relationship with anybody in Australia? No, she's not in a relationship with anybody at all.
Cat back up.
This passenger's belongings have returned multiple positive results for traces of ephedrine.
Usually you might get one or two, but to get them off just about every bag or every person on that we've swabbed, then yeah, that's unusual.
Also unusual is the sticky tape in the lining of the passenger's brand new suitcase.
Did it always have the sticky tape on the bottom? It's a bit unusual to sell a brand new one and just do it up with sticky tape.
Officer Kirsty calls her supervisor to inspect the case.
I just didn't have any knife on me. I'm not sure if you had one.
There's nothing hiding behind it.
No.
That is just
Have you got
plastic. I'm happy with that.
You happy?
Yep.
Right.
With the suitcase clear, officers must do one final check.
We just want to allay our suspicions. So I'd like to detain you for the purposes of a frisk search. So if you could just read that, both sides for me.
Sure. All right, any questions?
No questions.
The passenger is frisked and no concealments are found.
It's fine.
And with much relief, both passengers are free to go.
I knew in the end that I hadn't done anything wrong, so no big deal. Excellent.
The next time the passenger travels, he might think twice about what he does overseas. Even if you're not carrying drugs into Australia, you might be asked about drugs at the border. A phone call to this passenger's best friend has revealed that she may not be married.
She's not in a relationship with anybody at all. Boyfriend, partner, anybody?
But after a little prompting, she recalls her friend does have a husband.
Are they still together? Yeah, okay. And will she be seeing him while she's here? Or... So they're living in different places. She's not staying with him, she's staying with you. All right.
The phone conversation with the woman's friend has still left Mick suspicious.
It's quite a complex case, and it's been a long morning. But in the end, like, she's here to work, and we've got evidence to prove that she has been here to work and is here to work. So The decision is to cancel her visa. You have deceived immigration, so the decision is that we are going to cancel your visa. As you are no longer the holder of a visa, you have been refused immigration clearance and will be removed from Australia as an unlawful non-citizen. Okay, all right, won't be a minute. I think given the fairly strong evidence against her, I don't know how she could, you know, possibly deny a lot of those things because, well, for one, she has a current exclusion period, which actually prevents her from re-entering Australia. But the fact that she's changed her name and yeah, the other things surrounding the text messages, or there's just a lot of stuff weighing against her. But in the end, like, she's here to work.
Today at Perth International Airport, Officer Cheryl has just spotted something unusual on the X-ray of this passenger's luggage.
The big one there, just put it on top for me. What I'm going to do now, just undo the lock. You don't need to open the case itself. So where have you started your journey today?
Dammam.
Right, in Saudi?
Yep, Dammam, Dubai, Dammam, Doha, Dubai, Singapore, Perth.
So you're actually working over in Saudi, are you?
Yep.
All right, what do you do over there?
Diving superintendent.
Oh, right, OK. How long have you done that?
16 years.
All right, yeah. Good lifestyle?
No.
No?
No.
So you're travelling alone today, are you,
Yep.
David? Yeah?
Yep.
Well, you know how we work here. Obviously, on the X-ray there's something I want to just check out what it
Yep,
is.
you can check whatever you like.
Thank you.
The X-ray image has alerted the officer to several bottles of pills, which she quickly locates in the man's toiletries bag.
What do you take those for?
Just health reasons, just health.
Yeah, is it a supplement?
So again? Yeah, it's like a supplement, yeah.
Yeah, how long have you been taking those?
No,
What sort of effect
4
do you
years.
get from them? What
No,
sort
I
of
think it's just
benefit?
a health thing.
All right.
It's a
If
bit like
anyone's
taking
available
vitamin
for a swab, please, Jack.
B, vitamin B.
All right, yeah, so it's like a multivit or just...
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
OK. Same thing?
Yep, same thing.
Right, so you tell me if they're the same thing, they're different colours here?
It's all right, yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
So that's just a different brand, is that what you're telling me?
It's a different brand, yeah.
All right, OK.
You can check them all you like.
Yeah, well, obviously we have to, so...
Yep, no problem, go for it.
Yeah, thank you.
But before the pills can be analysed further, Officer Cheryl finds something else in the man's bag.
OK, what's this here, sir?
At Sydney's Department of Immigration, officers are speaking to a young Korean passenger who is returning to Australia on a working holiday visa.
Now, this is your second working holiday visa. What did you do in your first working holiday visa?
To be eligible, he should have worked for at least 3 months in a regional area during his last stay.
So I tried to get a second visa with somebody else who was with the working holiday, and we went together and plant trees.
Do you remember the name of the place that you went?
I cannot remember.
Okay. Does he remember the name of his employer?
I can't remember the name.
Can he remember anything of that place? He doesn't know the name of the place? He doesn't know the name of the owner?
The Audi was there, and I couldn't remember.
The passenger's vague answers are making Officer Rafiq suspicious of his story. So he consults with his supervisor, Officer Laura.
So does he have detail about what he was actually doing at the farm? Like,
No, other than planting tree.
but surely there would be more information.
Yeah.
To allow him to enter the country, immigration needs to contact his former employer. But the only way they can do this is with the passenger's help.
All right, he's got to come up with more. We will need details because if you were there, if you actually worked 3-4 months, you'd have some detail.
At Sydney's International Mail Centre, hundreds of packages are X-rayed daily in an attempt to stop contraband entering the country. Today, the image of a box declared as hairbands from India has raised officers' suspicions.
Hey Keith, can I have a look at this one?
What's in that one?
Got all this organic stuff down the middle there. It looks a bit funny. Could be packaging. Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't look like
Well,
hairbands.
the green might be just some packaging. If it's just hairbands, it should be just a light organic like that instead of a dark. So I think it might be worth a look.
Yeah, have a look at that one.
Definitely.
The package will be opened by Australia Post, so officers can inspect the contents more closely.
As said, we've got the hairbands.
Hairbands.
It might be in the hairbands themselves.
Could be, although they feel...
anything there?
No, I don't think there's anything in there. This one here's thick. Actually feels a bit funny. You reckon that feels funny? Feel that. Feel a bit too thick.
Yeah, that's thick, isn't it?
Check them all you like.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep, no problem.
In Perth, Customs and Border Protection has discovered a suspicious vial of liquid inside this passenger's luggage.
What's this here, sir?
There's Sostenon.
Yeah, and what do you use that for?
What do I use it for?
Yeah. What is it?
What is it? It's a testosterone.
Okay, and do you have a permit to import this today?
I'm not importing. No, I don't have a permit, no.
Okay. Echo 1, Echo 5.
Sustanon is a synthetic steroid and is used for performance and image enhancement. Importing steroids into Australia without a permit carries a maximum sentence of 5 years in jail and fines of up to $110,000.
Meant to be some kind of a vitamin.
Yeah.
Obviously, I want to check on that. Just on opening this, we've got this vial. It's telling me it's called Sustanon, which is testosterone. Do you want me to caution?
Yes. Does the passenger have a
permit?
No permit?
No, he stated he has no permit to import that today.
Okay. Yep.
Yep. Okay. So at this point now I've found that item, I need to caution you.
Yep.
Okay, so listen carefully.
Yep.
So you do not have to say or do anything unless you wish to do so, but anything you do say or do may be used in evidence. Do you understand?
Yep.
Can you tell me what you understand by that?
I understand what you just said.
I want you to repeat to me what you understand.
I understand what you just said.
Okay. So you're clear that if you don't want to say anything, you don't have to do so?
Roger that.
Okay.
Can he remember anything that he went there, a name of anything of that place?
I cannot remember.
At Sydney Airport, immigration are finding it hard to believe this Korean student's story that he previously worked on a farm. This would qualify him for a second working holiday visa.
I think he's a bit vague. I think anyone who had actually worked and lived in an area for 3 months would know some more information. So if he has done the right thing, then I'll be happy to let him into Australia. If he hasn't, then there are going to be consequences.
Now, who filled in your second working visa application form? Did you fill it in yourself?
그렇겠죠. 그러니까 그분이 주셨겠죠. The one who employed him actually filled out the form.
Now, how far was that farm from Sydney?
4시간 정도. About 4 hours drive.
The passenger has provided an ABN number on his visa application, and immigration have linked it to a business in central Queensland.
I'll just try, I guess, to Google Map and see how far it is.
Oh, 19 hours,
It's
it
about
says.
19 hours.
19, 20 hours.
Sydney in southwest of Queensland.
So he said he caught a bus from Sydney and in 4 hours he was at the farm.
He was at the farm. The employer's details that he has given in his application, the area is not 4 hours away from Sydney. So is it possible that the information he has provided in his application is not correct?
At the mail centre in Sydney, Customs and Border Protection officers have opened a box of hairbands from India. The X-ray showed unidentifiable organic material, and officers think they may have found something concealed in the packaging.
It actually feels a bit funny. You reckon that feels funny? Feel that. Feel a bit too thick.
Yeah, that's thick, isn't it?
Does the rest feel like that?
Hang on, I'll just check that one. So this one here is thin. You can feel it in there. There's hardly anything there. And then this one, there's definitely something in there. There, you can see there that it's a lot thinner.
It seems 10 of the 20 packets have thicker cardboard labelling. Officers decide to X-ray them individually to compare the two.
Yeah, look at this, Keith. There's only... We put 3
Yes,
through.
definitely.
2 showing up there. This one here's
The
nothing.
thin one doesn't have anything
Yeah,
in it.
it's so thin the X-ray hasn't picked it up, but it's definitely picked something up in those 2 packages.
So just put
Yeah,
some,
look at that.
change the contrast on
Definitely
it.
see there's powder there and there. Yeah. Still nothing in there.
Very definitely
Yeah, it's
something
not consistent, isn't it?
We might have a hit.
Yeah, it could be.
But when officers open one of the suspicious packages, they're surprised by what they find. Due to its remoteness, Australia has avoided many of the pests and diseases that have devastated some of the world's agricultural industries. And when passengers arrive at the border, it is very clear that all food and plant material needs to be declared.
I've got a mother and son, Thai nationals. They haven't declared anything on their car, but the first bag clearly shows they're carrying some organic matter in it. So let's see what they've got to say for themselves. So I need to look inside your bags here.
Okay.
Have you travelled to Australia before?
This is 3rd time.
3rd time, okay. When you came last time, did you bring food with you?
Yes,
Yeah?
I brought, but
So this time when you brought food with you, why did you not mark that on your card? You said you've been here 3 times before?
Oh, yeah, second time I have, no problem. It's
See, if
okay,
you-
they have checked me too.
Yeah, they checked you too, so that you must have declared it last time,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
So if you declared it last time, why did you not declare it today? See, it says here, question number 6.
Any food, okay.
Any food?
Sean's concerned that she didn't learn from the last time she entered the country, and he's surprised by the large amount of undeclared food.
What's inside here?
Protein soybean.
Soybean, noodles, biscuits, fish, seafood, candies. A few concerns we found so far is white fungus. It's non-commercial. Mushrooms are very hard to bring in, as we can see from the mushrooms that we have here. You can't really identify them as permissible.
All this undeclared food, some of which is prohibited, means the passenger could be facing a $220 fine.
So you do not have to say or do anything unless you wish to do so, but anything you do say or do may be used in evidence.
Customs and Border Protection has stopped a man carrying a vial of testosterone in his luggage, as well as various pills.
I'm the supervisor of this examination today. What's occurred is you've just been given your rights. Okay. What we're going to do is move the examination into the interview room, and it'll be continued under tape. Okay. When you get in there, I'll allow you to make a call to your wife. Okay.
No worries, yeah.
Is that okay?
Yep.
In the interview room, the man tells the officers that he is also an amateur boxer. And now they have found some evidence to suggest there may be more steroids in the man's luggage.
I found a paper that he's on obviously a bulking up. He's a boxer. Yeah, so he's on a plan. I'll get you a list of the names of them, because it may be that they're these, because he's taking X of something. So we need to establish if they are what they say they are.
Okay.
To check if they are a type of steroid, the pills are tested using a street lab machine.
The street lab machine is a machine that analyses potential narcotics. It can be a liquid, a powder or a tablet. So in this case, we're going to put the tablets into the machine and determine whether they're narcotic or not.
The analysis comes back negative for the man's pills.
I noticed on one of the bottles, it's actually to help your liver, which would suggest that if the gentleman is taking steroids, then there are associated health risks with that, and therefore you'd need some supplements to get them back into your body to get your body back to normal.
Although the pills check out, back in the interview room, the search is far from over.
He's boiling and he won't take his jacket off. So he won't take his jacket off because I'm convinced there's something in the jacket.
Seaweed.
Biosecurity Officer Sean is debating whether this passenger arriving from Thailand should receive a fine for not declaring a bag full of food.
So you can't take these ones, the mushrooms, the lilies, will have to stay with us. John?
She's received a warning in the past, and now Sean and his supervisor John will decide whether a fine will get through to this repeat offender.
The lady has said she's been here 3 times before. Yep. She's come here before without declaring goods, so she's done the same thing again.
Okay.
I'm not so good in English too.
Okay, but we need you to tell us that you've got the food. You haven't told us today, so you've made a false declaration. Okay, and because of that, you will actually be fined. Okay, so there is a fine of $110 that you will need to pay. If you have no money with you, we can actually do what's a deferred payment. We can give you 30 days to pay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Biosecurity only hopes this time she will learn her lesson.
We're dealing with the protection of our country, pest and disease, and how things start, and the risk associated with those starting factors is, well, there may be small risks, but the point is, it is a risk. But I hope that she knows next time she's carrying food and she just declares her food and gives us the opportunity to look at what she's got, release what we can, and take what's not permissible.
An X-ray of these hairbands from India is showing that there is something concealed in the cardboard of half of the packets. But when officers open them up, they are empty.
Nothing there.
No, there's nothing there. Ah, yeah. Obviously, there's a raised section there, so it looks like they put it inside the cardboard. Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to
cut it open.
Cut it open. Have a look.
Yeah.
Take that off.
Oh, yeah, beautiful. Coming from India, judging by the appearance, I'm guessing that it's heroin.
A narcotics test kit will be used to identify the substance.
Crack the first one. Then when I crack the second vial open, hopefully it'll turn green. There you go. Good strong reading for heroin. When you get a fine like this, it makes you feel as though you're doing something for the community, keeping drugs off the streets.
The contents of the box will now be handed over to the Australian Federal Police for further investigation. This Korean student's story is not adding up for immigration.
I can see there is a bit of a discrepancy between what's in the application and what he's telling us. And obviously you need to get more information at this stage, and I need to tell him that, unless we are satisfied with the information that he's providing, he's risking his immigration clearance today, so.
Officer Rafiq is determined to find out the truth.
Is it possible that the information he has provided in his application is not correct?
Yeah, 아닌데요. No, it's correct.
So there must be something that he's not telling me, or there must be something not true in his application. Well, it's time for him to tell me the truth. Did he actually work in this farm, or this is somebody has provided this ABN number and he has put it in his application? Mr. Han.
Yeah.
Tell me the truth now.
안 갔다 왔습니다.
I've actually worked there.
Mr. Han.
Yeah.
Yeah, you telling me the truth?
No.
Okay.
In Perth, Customs and Border Protection has already found a vial of testosterone in the bags of an Australian who has just returned from working in Saudi Arabia.
We've also uncovered some documentary indicator that he may have additional steroids as part of his program that he's on, so we're continuing to look for those at the moment.
And in a private interview room, officers have made a much bigger discovery.
At the moment, I found 16 vials of cestanol, which is testosterone. They're 1 ml vials.
He is facing a prosecution for the importation of a banned substance. But before officers go any further, they decide to conduct a frisk search to make sure he is not carrying anything on his body.
I requested a couple of times if he felt hot to take his jacket off. He seemed very reluctant to do so, so I did have concerns that he may be concealing something on his body. So just prior to finishing off, we carried out a frisk search and there was no find.
With the frisk search negative and the record of interview complete, the matter will be referred to the Customs and Border Protection Investigations team.
So we've actually seized the items from the gentleman and he's now been released. Obviously what we'll be doing is putting together a brief and a decision will later be made as to whether we go to prosecution. But at least we've had a positive outcome today and we've prevented steroids from crossing the border.
Mr. Ham?
Yeah.
Yeah, you telling me the truth?
No.
At Sydney Immigration, officers may have just discovered the truth about this Korean student's story.
No, I did not work there.
Where did you work during your first working holiday visa? Which are the places that you worked?
계속 페인팅하고. I was working as a painter.
With this admission, immigration has only one option.
I'm now going to give you a notice of intention to consider cancellation of your visa.
The passenger is given an opportunity to respond to the notice of intention to cancel his visa.
Well, if I get the cancellation of visa, I'll be very loose face before my family and my friends, and I don't think I'll be able to talk to them because I'm too shameful. I'm not sure what I can do at this stage.
Unfortunately, this plea will not turn things around for the passenger today.
My assessment is I consider that there are grounds for cancelling his visa because he provided false information on his application, and I have therefore decided to cancel your visa. The information he provided in his application was incorrect. He didn't really give me any reason why his visa should not be cancelled, so at the end we cancelled his visa.
Customs and Border Protection is conducting a bag search of a passenger who has declared medicines purchased in Southeast Asia on his incoming passenger card.
These are drugs that you took from here?
Yes.
That one's not.
No, this is from Laos.
Laos?
Officers need to ensure that the passenger is not attempting to carry illegal substances back into the country.
We might have a swab of this one, Dwayne.
But while a swab test is conducted, things take a surprising turn when the passenger reveals the reason for his trip.
Why were you in Laos?
Because I was sick.
We're sick?
From black magic.
You had sickness because of black magic?
Yes, it is.
So what does that mean?
Someone tried to kill me.
Someone tried to kill you?
Yes.
Yeah?
Things get even more unusual when the man produces a small parcel from his luggage.
Just put it up here so I can have a look. Oh.
Yes.
We have an American female, came over to Australia on a business visa, then came back again on a working holiday visa, and has now come back on a tourist visa.
Immigration wants to know why this American woman, using so many different types of visas, has returned to Australia for a third time.
Now, Kira, why have you come to Australia today?
The last time I was here, I came into contact with Amir Zogi, who is an inspirational speaker and coach. And I was accepted as a part of one of his intuition training programs. So what I'm here for is to go through that completion of training.
And have you been employed by Amir?
Yeah, when I was here for my working holiday visa, I worked with him.
So at the moment, you're unemployed?
Technically, yes.
Now, how much money would you say that you have in the bank at the moment?
I have about $500.
Because she is not allowed to work, officers are concerned that she won't be able to financially support her 3-month stay. At Sydney, biosecurity officers have x-rayed the bags of a passenger returning from New Zealand and noticed organic material that he has not declared.
Now, do you have any edibles in here?
You got to check it. Yep, that's my...
That's probably what's come up. These are cacao nuts.
Yeah, that's the cookie nuts. Yeah. These are the ones I wear to New Zealand and I wear back to Australia. It's traditional.
I know it might be traditional. Where did you get these from?
I wear them all the time.
Originally, where did you get them from?
Bought them from the shops.
Which shops? Where?
Here in Australia.
In Australia? Do you have any evidence?
I'm so surprised that you guys don't, because as I said, I wear these things every time that I go.
Okay.
I wear them back.
I do not know what other times you've come in. I'm only dealing on this occasion here. Cacao nuts are not allowed to come across into Australia, okay, as a passenger. You are a passenger here.
Kukui nuts could harbour pests and diseases and therefore pose a major threat to Australia's environment and agriculture. But the passenger does not want to give them up and threatens to take the matter further.
I'm going to write to the authorities because why from 1988? And I have been to be honest with you, I was the special advisor to our head of state, who is the current head of state. And we wear these things back and forth with him.
I don't know whether you bought these into Australia or bought them outside. If you have no documentary evidence, cacao nuts are not allowed, sir.
This passenger says he has been in Laos seeking treatment to rid him of a black magic curse where someone was trying to kill him.
Very dentist.
So what is this?
The nail.
So these nails were
Yes.
these
Yes,
nails
in my
were
body.
in your body.
Yes.
And whereabouts in your body were they?
Two in bottom here.
Yeah.
One and here.
Yeah.
One here. One
Yeah.
in the shoulder.
He then shows Officer Deb a photo of the treatment.
Oh, why would someone put nails in your body?
That guy, he want to try to kill me. He want to get married with my wife and want to take over my property.
So he wanted to kill you
Yes,
so he could
yes.
marry your wife
Yes.
and have all the
Yes.
riches that you've got.
Yes.
While his story is unusual, swab tests and x-rays carried out on the man's belongings do not find any traces of illegal substances. But Officer Deb has uncovered a large number of items which may be of concern.
So what are these ones?
Oh, that's a herb.
That's a herb?
This one for the clean up the toxic as
For the
well.
toxic cleanup?
Yeah, and make the energy come back. Cleaner.
From Customs and Border Protection's perspective, the herbs are not illegal, but they will have to be inspected by an officer from the Department of Agriculture, Fisheries and Forestry.
So do you need these medicines to be fully cured?
Yes.
While the herbs might make him feel better, the biosecurity officer has some news which might ruin the passenger's day. Immigration has some doubts that Kira will be able to financially support her holiday without violating her tourist visa conditions.
So, all in all, what you're here to do is to spend 3 or 4 months finishing this training course that you started and have paid for.
Obviously, I've never broken my visa requirements in the past, and I certainly don't intend to now. So if I only have 3 months on my visa, then I was only going to complete the 3 months version of it. And the thing is that nobody on this planet offers what what Amir offers. You know, everybody else on the planet, maybe except for, you know, everybody who's kind of a part of the program, would think that I am a little bit crazy for coming back. And I just had to follow my heart because he's the only one that does this stuff.
Okay. All right, I'm going to suspend the interview now. Okay, back in a minute.
Officer June still has some concerns.
Kira has a tourist visa. The main condition on that visa is no employment. The other condition on that visa is a less than 4-week study in a formal study arena. So there's 2 conditions there that I'm very concerned with at the moment.
Have a look at this one, fish.
At the Melbourne Mail Centre, Customs and Border Protection Officer Stephen is x-raying packages containing large door handles that have arrived from China.
I see a couple of lines going through here. Looks like it's been hollowed out. What do you think? You reckon there could be packages in there?
It's probably worthy of a look, though. Well, we've just been x-raying these parcels through from China, and well, a colleague, Rocky, up there suggested something about this metal frames. And a couple of weeks ago, we got some advice from Air Cargo, received something along the same lines. So, probably warranted another look, I'd say.
But first, the X-ray image will be compared with the information received from Air Cargo.
I've just had a look at the alert that Air Cargo sent out 2 weeks ago. As far as the image goes, it's an exact match. So, I think we might need to open this one up and just see what's inside it.
Australia Post opened the parcel so the contents can be inspected. On first inspection, there's nothing about the handles that seems to be out of the ordinary. But further tests will be conducted to find out if there is a concealment.
It does look like door handles, which matches the information we received from Air Cargo. Other than that, I'm going to work out how to get into it.
This is not a kukui nut, my friend.
What is it?
This is the type of a stone type of thing.
It's not stone, it's an actual seed, sir.
This man, returning from New Zealand, is upset that quarantine will not allow his traditional necklaces across the border.
These ones are worn by High Chief because I'm a High Chief, okay? The red ones, those are worn by orators. So every time that I travel out of this country, I wore this because, you know, these are my traditions. And I have been wearing this ever since I came to this country in 1988.
The problem is they are made from kukui nuts and may harbour insects.
I've just checked on the system here. You're coming into Australia. The rules are that these mandatory have to be fumigated, okay?
I'm not going to argue with you. You're doing your job. Yeah. But as I've said, I've been travelling in and out of the country. If you look at my passport, I travel in and out, in and out.
I understand, sir, but I can't tell whether you've been
because this is the first time that an officer has stopped me from my old traditionals that I've been wearing back and forth all the time.
Okay, I understand that, but I'm only doing...
These things, I bought them in here.
I'm only doing my job at this
shops
stage,
here in Sydney, and they sell these things, and this is when we buy these things.
They come in under permit, sir. Sir, we're going to have these fumigated or disposed of. Okay? Do you declare them every time you come out of the country?
No.
Why don't you declare them?
Because.
Because what?
Because...
Question 7 says about seeds. They are a seed, they should be declared.
They're not seeds.
I can actually fine you $110 for not declaring,
you're doing your job. I'm not going to argue with that, okay? I'm not going to argue with that. But what I'm saying here is for 28 years living in this country, travelling back and forth,
in future,
no officer has ever stopped me from doing this.
In future, you will declare
now
these.
I know.
And
now I know.
Yes, you will declare them. Okay? Good.
Despite all his efforts, the passenger is issued with a written warning and the goods are seized for treatment. Kira says she has followed her heart to return to Australia to complete her studies. But immigration is not sure if that's the only reason why she's here.
When she was on her working holiday visa here, she was working for one of the life coaches, inspirational speakers.
Okay.
And she said she paid him $5,500 to also do one of these coaching courses, become an inspirational speaker. She said there's 3 or 4 months left of that training to go, and that's why she's come back, to finish that training.
So even though she's on a visa that doesn't allow work, she's returning back to an area where she previously was employed with limited funds. I think that we run the risk of her resuming her employment if she comes in. And as she said earlier, there's no genuine tourism planned and very limited funds, and she's had a couple of years here anyway.
Yes.
To try and get to the truth, a phone call is made to Kira's teacher, Amir, who is also her former employer on a previous trip.
Can you give me, please, or tell me your understanding of why Kira has returned to Australia?
His response leaves even more doubts about Kira's intentions.
He advised me that he'd been speaking with Kira in America prior to her arrival in Australia, and that he was very interested and very keen on getting her back here to work for him. He said that she was an asset to his business and wanted her back.
Put her up here so I can have a look.
This passenger claims he has been to Laos to remove a black magic curse.
Black magic spell put on him, and they pulled nails out of his body, and they're to...
Oh, wow.
All these herbs, they're to cleanse his system.
He has provided paperwork that identifies most of the items, but they are not commercially packaged and could harbour pests and diseases.
Okay, we have a name here, so we can try and check this, okay?
Yes.
But without a name on these particular items, we may not be able to help you. You may not be able to take these goods with you.
The passenger waits anxiously while his herbs are checked to make sure they are safe to bring into the country.
All the herbs is very important for me because, you know, the nail in there, they put in my body because they got very poison in my body, and the doctor said, and this old herb clean up.
I cannot find these items on our icon list permitting entry into Australia. But what we can do, because of the plant products that are in there, we can offer you a gamma radiation. Now, gamma radiation will kill any bacteria or seeds that might be present.
Okay.
The problem being with gamma radiation, it might devalue the quality of the product that you've got.
Okay.
Okay, you'd like to proceed with that?
I'm very happy.
Okay. He couldn't take all of them away in the condition that they are because we need commercial evidence of manufacture, and that wasn't in his favour.
Once the gamma radiation process is complete, the passenger will be able to return in 4 weeks to collect his goods.
That's all
Thank you
done.
very much. Good luck with you.
Thank you for help.
Good luck.
Never have I heard a story like this. The passenger was adamant that the witch doctor in Laos did remove the nails, and he came back happy and healthy.
Okay.
A phone call to the inspirational teacher that Kira says she plans to continue training with has not gone very well.
Amir did tell me that he spoke to Kira on the phone when she was still in America, and he did advise Kira that he would love to have her working back with him.
This has left June with little option but to present Kira with a notice of intention to cancel her visa. And now she has an opportunity to respond.
I guess what I really wanted to say more than anything is the actual amount of training that I'm doing here isn't that significant. It was actually for the rest of this week, and it's only 1 day a month that I'm actually in training. So I guess that's really important for why I picked this tourist visa, because I'm not here to work and I'm not here to train even that much. You know what I mean?
Kira's presented a persuasive argument, but it still may not be enough to allow her into the country. In Melbourne, Customs and Border Protection is conducting tests on these large door handles.
I'm going to run an atomiser over the outside to see if there's any trace of any narcotic substance. Well, as you can see, that hasn't actually alarmed on this time, but however, given the weight of the article and all the other factors that I've sort of come across, I still think we need to open it up. It's just a matter of how.
The X-ray indicated that the door handles are hollow, but as they are dismantled, Officer Stephen finds one of the biggest concealments ever discovered in the post.
Looks like some pink and yellow granules there.
Kira wants to enter Australia to complete her training with an inspirational teacher. But immigration thinks this is not the only thing she plans to do.
Looking at the case, it doesn't appear to me that she's got any intention of doing any tourism, but it might be to return to work. That's my opinion. What do you think,
I
Jen?
think, yeah, not a genuine tourist, no incentive to return,
Correct.
no return ticket.
Yep.
Thanks.
Kira's destiny now rests on immigration's decision.
Kira, we've taken your response into consideration. At this point in time, Kira, your visa has been cancelled. As a result of that, you will be detained and held at our Villawood detention centre until such time as we can arrange with the airline to remove you back to the United States.
It's a huge blow to Kira's plans, but considering the facts, immigration had no choice but to send her home.
There were a lot of things to consider, but it did boil down to just a few basic things. The amount of time that she's previously spent here, lack of employment, lack of incentive to return, one-way ticket, 3 months in Australia and not enough money to sustain herself here. Sad ending for her, and certainly not the outcome that she wanted, but unfortunately, that's how it's ended today.
At Melbourne's International Mail Centre, Customs and Border Protection have found a suspicious substance inside a shipment of door handles.
Looks like some pink and yellow granules there.
Officer Stephen decides to open up the largest section to see whether the entire door handle is loaded.
These are both fully loaded as well. You can see they've actually taken out the metal plates to fill the pipes up, and then they've put them back in with a spot weld. So they've gone to a bit of trouble, and it's quite a sophisticated concealment given the X-ray image was inconclusive. And there was no atomiser, so they've gone to a lot of trouble here. What we're looking for is a reaction between the acids in the test and the substance, and the reaction then produces a colour. So this colour has gone to a purple, which obviously suggests there is ephedrine in that substance, which is what we believe it to be, pseudoephedrine. Well, what we've got here today is one of the largest hauls of pseudoephedrine through the mail. It's obviously, given the amount that we've seen in this handle today, and plus the 6 that are in that article, it's obviously quite a substantial importation that we've stopped. Pseudoephedrine is highly sought after for the manufacture of amphetamines, mainly speed and ice. So yeah, so it's been a pretty good day at the office, I think.
In Brisbane, Customs and Border Protection officers are conducting a bag search on a man who has arrived from Las Vegas to visit his family.
So you're going down to, what, your sister or your father down in Sydney?
Oh, my sister, my father, they live together. That's my paper from...
And your father's sick, is that correct?
Yeah, my father's sick. He's old. He came in 19 after war, Vietnamese war, you know.
How long's it been since you've seen your father?
How long have you seen my father?
Yeah.
Over 30 years, man.
Oh, because you said to me up there it's been over 40 years since you've seen
Yeah,
your dad.
over 30 years.
30 or 40 years.
I leave home at 17 years old, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
I tell you too.
So why are you bringing all this stuff over, all your paperwork?
Because nobody, I don't live in Las Vegas. I don't live there. I live here now. I move here because
You're going to move here?
No, because I come over here. I don't have a house right now.
Talking an awful lot.
Yeah, I do talk now.
Have you been drinking on the plane or anything?
No, just one beer for a whole day.
Okay. Are you nervous about anything in particular?
No, I'm not. I'm sure. I'm clean.
No?
Yeah.
Just talking.
The man's story and his nervous behaviour is causing some concern for the officers.
And the story is just a bit interesting for us, so the travel routing itself is pretty different as well, so we're just a little bit unsure and just want to make sure that everything's okay and just assessing it all. So we may run some swabs now and see if there's anything in there. Just see if anything comes up on that. They'll do the shoes mate.
This swab is from a mobile phone.
Come in.
At Melbourne's container examination facility, Customs and Border Protection officers X-ray a large volume of shipping containers to look for any possible concealments. Today, a container of frozen fish from Vietnam is being X-rayed.
Now, just looking at that image there, it looks like we've got two different lines. The paperwork says there should only be one line in the container. So straight away, we've got concerns as to actually what's in there.
Which means the container will need to be inspected. The consignment note says the refrigerated container should only be carrying frozen fish.
So far it's looking like seafood, frozen food. We obviously saw the ice come off. We're going to take a few off and see if it's actually seafood and start unpacking. Okay, so this is looking like fish, but we're going to start X-raying everything now. So it's a full unpack.
If there is contraband present, it could be concealed in any one of hundreds of boxes. Immigration have asked Customs and Border Protection to conduct a bag search of two young Malaysian men who claim they are only here for a holiday.
There's a few things of concern, but the main thing is that when he emptied his pockets, he pulled out a cigarette lighter and a piece of paper that came out with it that has an Australian mobile phone number on it, which coincidentally matches the one that is on his phone as well. And so far, they've denied having any contact with anyone in Australia. But there's several calls and texts to and from this number, as late as last night when they were ready to board the aircraft. This is your mobile phone, is that correct?
Yeah.
Now here, there is a phone call from an Australian number, okay? And that was at 10:42 p.m.
I don't know who is calling.
You don't know who it is? You've made several contacts with this person.
Because you cannot say that I'm here, that's wrote the message.
Well,
maybe
let me tell you, you've received phone calls from them, you've got texts from them, you've written the phone number down there. So are you telling me that none of them are for you?
This I want to ask my friend.
Next door, his friend is questioned about their accommodation on the Gold Coast.
What is the name of the hotel where you staying?
International Beach Suffering.
International Beach something.
Officer Dave will call the hotel to confirm the booking does exist.
I just wonder if you could possibly give us some info regarding two people that are supposedly coming into your resort today. I've got it listed here as it's got a payment list as prepaid.
But the hotel gives a surprising response.
The whole lot doesn't exist. She says there's no one listed by that name coming here, and no one staying for 6 nights by that name.
In Brisbane, a swab test of this man's personal belongings has just returned a positive reading for traces of methamphetamine.
seeing his behavior is, you know, it's sort of
it's
related
erratic.
in there because,
Yeah,
you know,
bit erratic.
methamphetamine normally they get people,
Yeah,
you know, a
high
little bit aggressive, a little bit high,
Yeah.
which is, you know.
We might take another reading. Sir, how much money have you got in cash with you at the moment?
I don't have any money right now. I got
You have no money?
No money at all.
So how are you going to support yourself?
Don't worry, my family take care. I'm gonna get them to them. I'm gonna get in touch.
Are you sure your family's going to take care of you?
Of course.
Officers take the second swab into the testing room to check for any traces of narcotics.
What about savings? How much money you've got in savings?
I don't have much.
You don't have much? Okay.
$1 right now in my pocket.
Is that all you've got? $1?
Yes, ma'am. Before here, I gambled everywhere. Last week, airport, gas station, everywhere. You
All right.
always gamble. I like gamble.
Okay. All right, so you've lost all your money gambling.
Right.
Okay, rightio.
The results of the second swab are a bigger concern for Customs and Border Protection.
This is a second indication that definitely there has been some exposure to this substance.
Immigration has just discovered the hotel booking provided by these two young Malaysian men is fraudulent. And when text messages from one of the passengers' phones are translated, their reason for being in Australia becomes clear.
Okay, so this is to Ada, sent Sunday, so this was yesterday. This says here about going to work. This is from him. Going to work, not holiday or shopping.
Okay.
This here says how long. This here says maybe 1, 2 or 3 years.
Okay. Okay, now I just want to show you these messages. We've had them translated, and one of them says, from Ada, she says, best luck in Sydney, to work, no holiday or shopping, okay? And then it says how long you will be there for, and this says maybe 1, 2 or 3 years that you will be in Australia. So do you want to tell me about that?
No, I'm just kidding with her.
Why would you say that?
Because I usually kidding with her.
Well, I think there's a lot of things.
You can see she said Sydney, where do I used to Gold Coast.
I don't think that you're telling me the truth. I really do not think that you are telling me the truth.
In Brisbane, biosecurity is searching the luggage of this family arriving from Saudi Arabia after an X-ray showed there was undeclared food in one of their suitcases.
So when they came up to the X-ray machine, they pretty much didn't know what I was going to do. Once their bags went through the X-ray machine and I said I wanted them all over to number 9, I think the gentleman clicked on because he asked his wife, and she's told him there's dates in the bag.
Deliberately concealing prohibited food is a serious offence. But the passenger is adamant he didn't know the dates were there.
You didn't tell me you had dates when you presented to the X-ray machine. You only told me you had dates after I brought you to here.
I don't know, my friend. I don't know. I don't know. Believe me, I don't know.
It's written on the card, though.
I don't know. She put the dates inside the bag.
But as the search continues, Officer Chris uncovers more prohibited items.
You know, I can accept that you verbally told me about the dates. Hey, I can accept that. I'm not happy that you didn't tell me about the walnuts.
The dates and walnuts are not commercially packaged and could pose a biosecurity risk to Australia.
You should have declared them, mate. I'm not happy that you've come through with items without declaring.
I am very sorry, my friend. I am very sorry. It's not, we're not intentionally to bring foods. You know, other people from they bring bigger quantity. We're not to bring foods, actually. What the foods we bring here? Like we bring trailer of foods, nothing.
Regardless of the quantity, these passengers are about to find out that failing to declare prohibited food when entering Australia is no laughing matter. An X-ray of a container of frozen fish from Vietnam has shown a clear difference in density. Customs and Border Protection officers will now need to check every box.
What we're doing, we've got the frozen fish in the container. We're removing them and placing them on pallets, and then we're placing them through a pallet X-ray machine. By doing that, we're getting a clearer picture of what's inside the boxes.
To prevent thawing, the pallets are put through the X-ray one at a time and then returned to another refrigerated container. If there is anything more than fish in any of the boxes, officers will see it immediately.
Change in appearance, difference in density of stuff that's in there.
Unloading and X-raying every box is a huge task. And about halfway through, officers notice a change in the load.
It's different? Definitely different.
In Brisbane, 2 swabs from the belongings of this nervous passenger have tested positive for traces of methamphetamine.
Okay, so we have a positive reading from your wallet. We also have a positive reading from your phone. Methamphetamine, isn't it? Yeah. Methamphetamine. Can you explain why we are receiving a positive reaction to your phone and your wallet for methamphetamine?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Because we're not trying to give you a hard time, but you know what I mean? Those readings are coming from somewhere, you know what I mean?
With the passenger unable to explain the positive readings for methamphetamine, Officer Brenton continues the bag search.
Is this a brand new bag, sir?
I don't know. It's brand new. My friend gave it to me.
Your friend gave it to you?
Yeah.
How long ago did your friend give it to you?
Just before I came here.
Okay. Are you supposed to give the bag to anyone else when you get to Sydney?
No, he
Nothing
gave
like
me.
that?
He gave it to me. It's me. It's mine.
Officers decide to X-ray the empty suitcase to check for any concealments in the lining.
Yeah, we normally look for difference in the colors, the organic, anything that might be suspicious inside. At this stage, I think that it's fine.
Officers still need to decide if an external search should be conducted.
The clothing is wearing and stuff as well. Okay. It could be quite easy to conceal something.
Okay.
It's just, I don't know, I just don't feel right.
Okay,
him
2
staying.
positive readings.
You know what I mean?
Do the shoes and we take
Okay, right, yeah.
Number 7. You read number 7 for me.
This man, arriving with his family from Saudi Arabia, says he was unaware his wife had put high-risk food in their luggage. Now, Officer Chris must try and educate them on the dangers.
You know, in Australia, we have to protect our farming industries and our agricultural and fisheries.
But really, if we have attention to bring food with us, we love to eat here, to see the nature here. We don't have attention to bring food, actually. If I want to bring food like other families, I bring kilos of food.
It doesn't matter how many kilos or how many grams you bring in. It's whether the item is prohibited within the country.
Yes, yes.
Okay?
As they verbally declared the dates, the family will only receive a written warning for not declaring the walnuts, and the goods will be seized.
I've given you some education material in Arabic, so you'll be able to have a read in your hotel room.
Okay.
And hopefully you have a good holiday while you're here.
Thank you.
After an extensive investigation, immigration suspects these 2 young men have come to Australia to work in breach of their tourist visas.
There's all the texts and the phone calls to Australian numbers. There's text to Ada in relation to working and staying here for up to 3 years. You've got a hotel booking that doesn't exist. It doesn't exist, that hotel booking. We've checked. Can you see that all of these things together are a big concern to us?
Yeah, I'm sorry if they make you concerned.
The messages and the other information that we have don't indicate that you're here just for a 5-day holiday.
I just come here for a holiday.
And it seems his travelling companion is unable to provide immigration with any further information to verify their story.
I've asked him to provide details of his family's phone numbers. He can't do that. He said that he's left his SIM card of his phone at home and he can't remember off the top of his head what those phone numbers are. So there's no way of verifying his employment or any way of verifying his story from his family because we can't get in contact with them.
With overwhelming evidence, immigration has made a decision on their future and will inform the passengers.
And the decision is that we have decided to cancel your visa. As you are no longer the holder of a visa, you have been refused immigration clearance and will be removed from Australia.
We will get him back home to Malaysia on Wednesday morning.
Okey, awak akan dipulangkan balik ke Malaysia pada hari Rabu pagi, ya?
Okay.
Faham tu, Syafiq? Faham. Yes, David.
Okay. All right.
In Melbourne, officers unpacking this load of frozen fish have discovered larger boxes packed in the back of the container. This may explain the change in density on the initial X-ray, but these will also need to be unpacked and checked.
They usually put it in the last row, so naturally we have to dig our way in to find anything.
The first pellet of larger boxes is passed through the X-ray.
This is all very consistent. It looks like fish.
Yeah, you've got definite fish shapes.
Yeah.
There's nothing within the fish themselves, so...
Yeah, that's good.
At this stage, all the boxes are consistent. Weight-wise, we haven't noticed any big differences in weight, and the boxes themselves all appear to be all the same, pretty much.
After 5 exhausting hours, the final pellet is put through the X-ray. And immediately, officers spot something that looks different.
So it's definitely on this corner here, whether it's that one or that one. Could be just consistencies.
Well, those two there, they look just like fish.
Like the other images
like
we've
all
been
the other
seeing.
images we've been seeing, but those...
Three different shapes, three different
shapes.
densities, and there's a lot of lines within those images to indicate there's could be package or something, or packages. It's totally different image to the others.
It'd be worth having a look at, I think.
Only the last 3 of over 800 boxes look suspicious. Officers will now drill through one of the blocks of frozen fish to see what may be concealed underneath.
Oh, the readings, his story, like, it's just, I don't know, I just don't feel right, you know what I mean?
Officers have detained this nervous passenger for an external search after recording 2 positive readings for traces of methamphetamine.
I want you to read this here first. Yeah, okay, sure. No problem at all.
Just in case he doesn't tell you, he does have like a bit of an injury with, what was it? What's your injury?
Hernia, you mean?
Hernia, yeah.
Where's the hernia?
The hair is bald over here. So hernia, when you take everything, hurt. All right.
What's happening now is we're going to do an external search, which means we've got to give him his rights, give him his formal detaining before we take him in, and he'll have to remove his clothing.
Officers will take him into a private room to conduct the search.
The passenger wasn't concealing anything, which we had to check out because of his erratic behaviour. He was very obliging. However, he did admit to using in the past, but that doesn't mean that he's currently using now. So he was free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you, sir. Yeah, no worries.
After 5 hours of unloading and X-raying this container of fish,
It's totally different image.
an inconsistency was found in the image of the last 3 boxes. Officers have decided to drill into the fish to see if there is anything concealed underneath.
Okay. What do you think of that?
It's powdery on the end there.
Yeah, I reckon that part there looks like the fish, but that's certainly powder.
Oh,
So
that's
what
good.
should we do with this?
Well, I'd take it into Pete and get him to test it.
All right.
So if you just
Sure.
carry that.
The substance will first be tested on the hazmat to see if there are any narcotics present.
There's only a little bit caught in the actual drill bit, but there should be sufficient to get a good reading on the hazmat ID. So it's finished analysing, even though it's only a presumptive indicator. It's come up as a match for heroin.
Once we do the itomiser, and if that comes up as heroin as well, it'll give us a pretty good indication that the powder in those blocks is going to be heroin.
An itomiser test is carried out and confirms the hazmat result that the substance is indeed heroin. The exhaustive search of 800 boxes of fish has paid off, and a substantial amount of narcotics has been uncovered.
It's always great when you find something like that. Like I said, you come to work that's the big buzz is when you find drugs, and no matter how much it is, everyone's happy.